Hi guys, welcome back
to
Jinx.
Hear Me Out podcast.
Hear Me Out podcast. We got our coffees. Used my new Nespresso. I love that thing. It's my favorite little trinket I have.
I have an iced one. She has a warm one.
It's getting colder because it's so cold in our house.
Yeah, it's freezing. It's like -11 in here right now.
Might as well be. Today we're gonna do a little bit of like a chit chat. Per usual. It's what it's gonna be on here most of the time. But we wanted to do kind of a dive into what we're leaving in 2024 and bringing into 2025. So,
I actually haven't really thought about this. I probably should have been.
I haven't either, but
thinking about it.
We saw it and we were like, hey, that's a good idea for the pod. So
yeah,
I do have like a couple things that I remember saying like on New Year's what I'm gonna like do, but like one of them was like,
well, tell us.
Like be better answering text messages. I'm so bad at answering text messages, and I know that's kind of dumb.
It's a pot talking to the kettle right now because I suck at it.
Yeah, like I feel like my parents will text me about something and like they're like, I love you, and I answer in my head, I really do. But I don't say like I love you back, and they probably are just like, oh, she never answered me, you know? And so I feel bad, but
it's the thought that counts. At least you thought about it.
At least I thought about it, yeah.
Yeah, I am bad at that too. I should probably change that. It wasn't on my list of things to change, but I probably should work on that.
Yeah. Did you have any like New Year's resolutions, like things you wanted to like start doing or anything?
Not necessarily resolutions, just more so like mental health stuff. I'm trying to like really get into that, and I'm also trying to really work on speaking up for myself because I have a hard time doing that. So I'm really gonna try to do that this year and leave the other me in 2024.
Oh, she's inspirational.
New year, new me.
You know.
But yeah, that's my main thing, is more so speaking up for myself when I feel like uncomfortable or my boundaries are crossed. And also saying no to people, because I have a terrible time saying no to people.
Yeah, you are a yes woman.
I am a yes woman, which is great in most cases, but in life and being overwhelmed, it's not.
It's a little bit draining for you, I feel.
Yeah, it's not the most healthy thing.
No.
So, trying to work on that this year.
I also had, like, this also may sound dumb, but I don't want to work, like, in the service industry anymore. I loved being a bartender, and I love the atmosphere of, like, bartending, and the money that comes from it was great until it really wasn't. Because the place I worked was not bringing in the best customers, I guess.
Not on the restaurant side, at least.
No, it was just not a good place to make money. It was fun. It was fun working there, and I obviously met my boyfriend and some of my best friends there, but I just don't think I want to work in the service industry anymore. I'm starting to tear up. I think the air is blowing on my eyes. No,
I left the service industry in like 2022.
Yeah.
I was done with it. I wiped my hands of it.
I loved working in a bar, and I loved being a server. But it sorry, I'm getting distracted by Millie right now. But yeah, I don't want to work in the service industry anymore. I really want to immerse myself in my personal training, because that is a career that I'd be able to do now, and I'll be able to do it in 20 years.
No offense to people who do bartending full time, but
no, and it's great, and I love bartending, and it's a good creative outlet, I feel like, because you can, like, you get to be yourself, like, you get, and especially with like talking to people at the bar, you don't have to be super like friendly and kind and whatever. You have a different type of person coming up and sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
But personal training is just something I'm really passionate about, and I think that I could do it now, and I could do it in 20 years. Even if it's in 20 years if I do it all online, because that's kind of where it's headed.
Yeah.
Leaving the service industry, I think it's a great industry, and thankfully that's going to be my boyfriend's entire career. So
he's got a handle from here.
I got a foot in it a little bit.
I don't know that I have anything else. That was kind of a hard topic. I probably should have thought this out before I decided this to be our topic.
It's okay. I also feel like we both kind of feel this way, but like I feel like this is our year of like growing up a little bit. Like we're not, you're graduating college.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're moving in, I'm moving in with my boyfriend. You're figuring out that situation.
I'm figuring out my living situation.
And so like it's like we're not gonna live together anymore, which is weird
Yeah.
because we've lived together our entire college careers.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It will be my entire college career.
Yeah. Like
That's weird.
literally since we've moved out of our houses, like with our parents, we've lived together.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be strange, but I think it's going to be good for us to like kind of grow up a little bit.
We're just little babies.
We are little babies. I don't even think we've mentioned that we aren't living together next year.
No, I don't think we did, but we aren't. It'll be the first time we haven't lived together in
It's crazy. In
forever.
3 whole years that we've lived together.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
It'll be a big change, but I also feel like a lot of changes are happening in our life. And learning how to navigate that is going to be a huge thing in 2025 because, like, our living situation, I'm graduating, may or may not get into PT school to be determined. Like, if I don't get into PT school, I need to, like, get my phlebotomy and start doing stuff full time.
Yeah.
You're going to be certified personal trainer by then, I would assume. So you're going to start navigating that. Like, it's just a lot of big changes happening.
Yeah. We're literally about to start our careers. And which, yeah, it makes me want to vomit. I don't even know that I've ever said that out loud, actually. Like, in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
That we're, like, actually about to, like, be grown-ups. Like, we're actually going to have to start paying bills soon.
We pay our bills now.
Yeah, for sure. If my name is Cody and I'm a 50-year-old male, then yes, I do pay for my bills.
No, our parents are very gracious.
Yeah, while we're in college at least.
Yeah.
After that, they're kicking us off.
Yeah, we're getting the boot.
Yeah.
They are wiping their hands clean of us. They're saying, grow up.
They're like, once we have to start paying for the younger kids' college, you're done.
Yeah.
Once our sisters go to college, because our sisters are in the same grade.
I still got 3 years. I'm cool.
Lily's graduating this May, actually.
You don't have a very long time.
I have about 4 months. And then I'm done skiing. I actually think it'd be cool to talk about your PT stuff. Like, the interview process and stuff.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
Sure. So I applied to a couple of different PT programs, and then I decided that I really, really wanted to go to tech because it's just close to family. I'm very settled here. My friends are here. My boyfriend's here. My family's close. My job is here. And so I just kind of made a life here, and I decided that I really wanted to stay. So I got an interview for 2 PT schools, but I only did techs. And which now thinking back, I should have done Dallas too because that might have made my life easier. But anyways,
you live and you learn. That's okay.
You live and you learn.
And you applied for the summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for the summer session?
Yeah. And so when it was probably the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I was terrified. I was more so terrified beforehand though. Once I got there, I kind of settled down.
I know. I feel like when you were leaving, like you were super nervous, and like for that full week before you were super nervous, but then after you came home, I didn't feel like you were just like, yeah,
it's fine.
But anyways,
for anyone who's thinking about a graduate school of sorts, you basically go, or how it worked there, you go and you kind of just hang out with the present students, and you all chit chat, kind of get to know the present students, and then your peers that are applying, I guess, or that are also being interviewed. And then you get a little tour of the building, which was fun. Tech has a phenomenal campus, I guess.
Facility?
facility, yeah. Um, and then you get pulled into your private interviews, so it's just you one on one with a professor or someone who's in the board of the school, I guess. Um, I actually got interviewed by a peds guy, which was perfect because I'm interested in peds. Um, and yeah, they just ask you some questions. They didn't ask anything that I prepared for, so that's why I think the preparation process is so dumb because I literally walked in there, he asked me nothing. Didn't ask me why I wanted to be PT, didn't ask me why I chose tech, didn't ask me any of those questions. He literally asked me what I would do in a situation if like I caught someone cheating.
Oh, because of
Like,
like integrity, I guess.
yeah, but like who's not gonna say, well, I'm gonna go tell the teacher and like I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
work it out with them first and then if it like who's not gonna say that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that I'm not gonna be like, I'll let it be.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was fun. I enjoyed the interview process. Just kind of go in there and chit chat. When they say it's really like talking, like it was kind of just like talking to you.
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy doesn't know about me like you do, but it's kind of just like a sit down chat.
Yeah.
It's very not business like.
Yeah.
So
Because I feel like for grad school, like they obviously know that you're a senior in college and you don't like have your life together yet. And
yeah,
so it's like not like you're going to apply to be the CEO of a business. Like you're literally applying to try to get a career. And so I think it like seems like it's super nerve-wracking, but it's like they're not expecting you to have your life together.
no, not at all. And that's how it felt. It just felt
Like orientation for college.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, a lot like that.
But a little more important.
Yeah, slightly more important,
Yeah.
but not life or death or anything because
So are you going to try and go for the fall?
they actually don't start in fall. Tech doesn't. Because so how tech works is you can be placed in Lubbock, Amarillo, or Odessa, and but the first summer is an anatomy course of sorts, and they have to have the cadaver lab, and the only place that has a cadaver lab is in Lubbock, so everyone has to be in Lubbock that summer. And I think they do it like that so that you don't. It's a shorter period of time, and you don't like you have a longer well, I guess you don't really have a longer. I guess so you're not trying to move in the middle of the holidays.
Yeah. Well, also the cadavers have an expiration date. Like you can't use them for super long period of time. And so I feel like if they get them in the summer, they have to use them that summer. Like you can't they probably only get them once a year.
Yeah.
Right? I figure.
I have no idea.
Because I know you can't use them for
No, you definitely can't use them for forever.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Well, and also you're like dissecting them. So then they'd be like all messed up.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's probably the reason, actually. But I think that's why they start in. Like, if I were to apply again, because I got chosen as an alternate, which is not unusual because there's only like 200 people got interviewed and there's only like 36 spots.
Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was that, like they dwindled it down that much.
Yeah. It's very competitive. And so if I were to apply again, like if I wasn't to get it and then I were to apply again, it would have to be for next summer.
Gotcha.
That's why I kind of have the backup plan of like working full time and then
it's good that you do have a backup plan though.
Yeah.
Like that you're not like, oh shit, what am I going to do now? Like you have someone that you kind of have like immersed yourself in.
Yeah. Me and my dad talked about it a lot and he was like, it's not because at first I was like, if I don't get in, like what the heck, like what am I going to do? I don't like, because for basically all my life, this has been my goal.
Yeah.
And so we kind of talked about it and I was like, you know what? It's not life or death. If I don't get it, a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
If I don't get it, it's not a judgment on me. It's just a judgment on the people that I was that I was going up against in that interview. But yeah, we kind of talked it out and we came up with that plan. And so it's not life or death if I don't get it. I mean, I would love to get it. Obviously, that's my goal. But if I don't get it, it's not the end of my world.
I know you have your stretch coaching stuff are you doing that at all yet?
Not
No?
yet. Stretch coaching is very niche. I feel like no
I
one's
didn't
really.
hear. I hadn't heard about it until you had said something, but
Yeah, my boss has had like a couple of people ask about it, but no one's really followed through with it. So I don't know. It's kind of. I think it's going to be more so when we do events and stuff,
yeah.
and like go out. I feel like that's going to be where my skills are needed.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because doesn't he do like those events most of the time? Aren't they free?
Yeah,
So that kind of
but
stinks.
I still get paid.
Oh, well, yeah, but still, like, it's not like the company is bringing in
Yeah, I know.
in any money.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
But I'm gonna get certified in phlebotomy with Stu, and hopefully
that'll be good.
That will bring in a lot of stuff because Stu and Lauren are so like busy with a bunch of other stuff. Lauren does the beauty side of things, and like Stu does the PRP and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take on all the rest of that stuff. So that'll be fun.
Do you think that you could poke me?
Could poke you?
Mm-hmm.
You have small veins, don't you?
No.
No? Mm-hmm. Oh, then yeah, I could poke you.
So do we want to talk about the TikTok ban?
Sure. That was I remember because everyone said the 19th, it's going to be the 19th, whatever. And so I figured midnight January 18th.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really concerned. And I want to hear where you were. Well, you weren't out though, weren't you?
Oh, just keep going.
Okay.
We noticed it. I
was going to say I kind of want to know when you figured it out, but I was watching Sister Wives on TV and Mason was in the living room and he comes in there and he's like, "Is your TikTok acting weird?" And so I looked and I was like, "No, it's fine. Like, it's whatever." And so I get off of it and continue watching, and then I get back on it like randomly. I don't know why I got back on it, and the thing pops up and says the TikTok will be banned in the US, whatever. So I'm still thinking January 19th. I'm like, they're just getting us prepped.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, okay, whatever. Get off of it, go on about my business, and get back on later. And I'm going through, texting back and forth to mom and dad about said situation. And all of a sudden, like my mom's sending me TikToks, and I started not being able to see them. And I was like, that's weird. I still didn't really think anything of it. I thought it was just glitching or whatever. And then all of a sudden I couldn't see anything anyone was sending me. But my For You page was still working fine. And so I was like, okay, so I just keep going on the For You page. And there was one video that I wanted to see like the profile on. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't see the profile. And I was like, oh my God. And then that's when anxiety starts getting me. Because I'm like, okay, this is weird. And so every video I'm trying to do the profile, can't see anything. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. And then eventually I keep going and it won't load anymore. And I'm like, okay, this is like 9:00 at night. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah. And then, so I refused to get off of TikTok. I wasn't going to get off of TikTok until it absolutely did not allow me to. Because I was scared at that point if I got off, I wouldn't be able to get back on. And so I like get off the app, but I don't close it out. And then I go back and it's like banned. And I was like, okay, so what do we do? What happens from here? And yeah.
So that was the night of Liz's birthday party. Mm-hmm. And my sister sends in the group chat that first message that it gives you, that it's saying it's going to be banned, whatever, and then it's like continue and you can keep watching, right? Mm-hmm. So my sister sends that, and then we're at this house. Well, it wasn't a house party. It was like we were pre-gaming to go to the bars, and I like yelled out to everybody. I was like, everybody open their TikTok, and like everyone's TikTok had it, but it was obviously still working. Mm-hmm. And so then that's at like probably 8:30 that happened, and then we're out at the bar. And Liz started making TikToks because she was like, before it gets banned tonight, like I want to make TikToks of us.
Yeah, because it's her birthday party too.
Yeah, she wanted to make like fun transitions of us like at the bar and like partying and stuff. And so she started all these TikToks she was going to finish out at the bars because, again, we planned on it being banned at midnight. And so
Everyone
we
did.
go out, and at about 10:30, someone at the bar clicks on TikTok, and it has that message that comes up that says close app. And so everyone's like checking theirs. Well, I go check mine, and my For You page is perfectly fine.
Really?
Mine was still working perfectly. I could go look at my messages. I could go to my profile. I could go watch my drafts. I could do everything. And I'm in the bar, like, doing this. Like, I'm, like, looking. I could, like videos. I could go to people's profiles. I could do everything. And so I was like, why is mine working? So I refused to clear it out.
Yeah.
I was like, I am not. Because what if mine glitches and it works? Like, for however long.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually devastated whenever I found out it was actually going to get banned.
I was too.
Because it really is, and I know this sounds so dumb and it's such brain rot thing to say, but, like, it really is such a big part of my life. Like, I watch it, like, what am I supposed to do before I go to sleep? That's how I go to sleep at night. Is, like, by falling asleep to watching TikToks.
Well, I texted my mom and I was like, I know this is such a, like, this shouldn't be an issue, but I was like, this is actually, like, I'm surprised by how upset I am about this.
Yeah.
Because even though we'd been talking about it for a while, about it being banned, there was still, like, because this has been discussed before.
Mm-hmm.
And there was still a little glimmer of hope that, like, maybe it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
Well, and so then we obviously all went to bed, whatever, and then I woke up the next morning, and I could click on TikTok, and there would be one video playing, but it wouldn't let me like it. It wouldn't let me scroll at all. But I never got that message that said close app. And so then I would go off of TikTok, I would get back on it, and there'd be another video. But I wouldn't be able to scroll or anything.
So you were just like, watching
it.
Done.
Yeah, and then I go back on. So then that morning is whenever it came back. Or not that morning, but like at like noon that day is when it came back. So I really didn't miss it very much. Obviously, none of us did really because it was gone for a half a day, like 14 hours. We literally
slept and then...
Yeah. But, like, I really was really upset about it. Because once it started doing that thing where I couldn't even watch the video, it was like, there's no point in me even, like...
Yeah.
Or I couldn't even swipe. It was like, whatever. Did you go over to Instagram Reels?
Mm-mm.
They're fucking feral over there. I never want to watch another Instagram Reel in my entire life. It's so bad.
That's what Mason said.
And the comment sections are so, like... Everyone has a stick-up one. Like, yeah. I'm like, you go on there, and it's, like, a funny video. And it's, like, all these people, like, hating on them. And I'm like, TikTok is such a different platform. And you, like, I heard people talking about it, like, on their podcasts. And, like, I don't want to post on Instagram Reels because they're so rude over there. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I watch Instagram Reels sometimes. They are. I read some of the comments, and it's so bad.
Yeah. TikTok
is so much better.
Do you want to know the reason I didn't get on Instagram?
Why?
I actually went to YouTube.
I've never watched a YouTube short in my entire life.
Oh, I didn't watch the shorts. I watched long form. But I watched like a couple of videos saying that like a bunch of the Congress people has like a large stock in Meta.
I've seen that. Harrison's really into this.
And so that was part of the reason. I'm sure that's not the full reason. But that was part of the reason that a lot of them went ahead with the TikTok ban, because if that crashed, everyone was going to go there. And obviously that would raise their stocks. And so I'm not going to give platforms more, because I never use Instagram. Unless I'm like posting, never use Instagram.
Yeah.
Or Facebook for that matter. And so I didn't feel okay with giving Instagram and Facebook their little moment of fame because one of the biggest platforms went down.
As if they didn't already have enough fame either. Instagram is one of the most well-known apps.
Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
And Snapchat, platforms. I feel like, is another big one. But like, I feel like they don't need more fame. They already own Facebook, they own Instagram, they own the Oculus things, which is they're made by Meta. So you have that. Like, there are more things owned by Meta than we realize. There is so many things.
Yeah. But if everyone went on there,
Yeah.
it would have.
Well, I bet you
it would have broke their stocks. How crazy that would have went up.
I bet it still did.
Oh, 100%.
Because I knew about
would
that.
have to
Yeah.
participate for it actually to make a dent.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like 4 million likes on that one video that I saw. So I was like,
damn.
And everyone was collectively downloading RedNote.
I got on it for like 5 minutes.
That was just a little scary to me.
It was, because the entire thing, the terms and conditions were in Chinese or whatever.
You didn't even know. You could have been signing your life away and you wouldn't have known that.
Well, no. I saw this TikTok video after TikTok was back, and it was like when TikTok's back, but I just got a letter in the mail from RedNote saying I'm in the Chinese military. And she got drafted into war. Dude,
That's
it was funny.
Yeah.
RedNote was funny.
Just because it was a little scary. I don't like not being able to understand.
Yeah.
Not that I ever read the terms and conditions, but
it helps if they're in English. At least you have the option to read them.
At least I have the option.
I mean, it'd help if they weren't in Mandarin Chinese. Like,
yeah.
But I also, did you know that TikTok's banned in China?
I did. And it's not even a China platform.
No, it's not.
Singaporean.
Yeah. Have you seen that video? He's like, "Sir, I'm Singaporean."
That's
that
the funniest
congressman.
video. I sent it to my dad and I was like, the patience this guy had, because I don't care if I'm in front of the president of the United States. If he kept asking me those questions, I would have been like, bitch, I just told you. Like,
it's like asking a Spanish person if they're in the Mexican cartel. It's like,
like
I'm from Spain. Like,
no, I'm just, from Spain. Do you have any, like, communication? No, I'm from Spain. Like, I hated that video.
This isn't TikTok related, or really. Have you realized how many things Amazon is making? That they have a pharmacy now?
I talk about this all the time.
That's weird to me.
Let me just tell you my thoughts on this.
I am ready. Because I knew you would have some if you knew about it already.
So, they make an Amazon Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
They make the Amazon Ring doorbells and cameras for your homes.
Which, in my opinion, those are great things.
Oh, no, they're great things.
Those are awesome things, and I think Amazon did good there. But proceed.
But they make the little vacuums, too. So,
I wasn't aware of that, actually.
Not only are they able to listen to anything that goes on in your home through the Amazon Alexa, they can see everything that goes on in and outside of your home from the cameras. And they can also map your house with your vacuum.
Holy cow. I've never thought about it that way.
It's a very interesting thing to think about.
I have never even thought about that. Yeah. Not that, I mean, who's going to come?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Amazon is not doing that.
But if their files were corrupted somehow,
they have everything about you. They can hear you, see you, and they know exactly what your house looks like and how to get in.
I wonder if famous people think about that. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what security systems famous people use so that, like, that kind of thing doesn't happen.
Something that you have to sign an NDA for or something.
Probably. But there is so many, like, firewalls.
Yeah, I'm sure Amazon is very protected.
But that's crazy to think about. I've never even thought about that. Like,
yeah,
that's not even what I was getting at, but that's crazy.
Yeah,
to think about. I don't know if you've heard about the Amazon pharmacy thing, but like your doctor can write you a prescription and like you submit it. I don't know if the doctor submits it to Amazon pharmacy or if you like get a paper one and have to submit it to them. I don't know how it works that way, but like you get your prescription sent to your doorstep. And like, I don't know if there's like a big pharmacy, like a big Amazon pharmacy, like in California or wherever they're like at, or if it's like there's like smaller pharmacies near like an Amazon warehouse in different states that they use.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's strange to me that they've come out with that.
I wonder what their like authentication process is
with like the prescription.
Yeah,
because like, yeah.
It's just weird that like, you can just But Amazon just can sell you your drugs. That's
Yeah.
weird.
And I wonder like where they stop. Like do they sell narcotics or do they just kind of do basic stuff? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like antibiotics and if you're on like medication for your heart or whatever. Like I
Or
wonder
like
if
even
it's
like steroids.
yeah.
Like obviously steroids that are like for medical reasons, but
Yeah, like
people can still get those and use them for the wrong purposes.
yeah, like Liz was just on them for her bronchitis and like they really are like very serious. Like she was
Yeah.
getting like withdrawals off of them and when after she'd take it after like 30 minutes she'd be like off the walls. Like
Mm-hmm.
she felt like crap and then she took her steroid and then we went shopping and she was going like not crazy, but she was yapping. Like I could tell she
Yeah.
was
Or even something as simple as my like medication that I use for anxiety, but it's not like an actual anxiety, but it's a downer.
yeah, it like makes you
Like,
go to sleep, doesn't it?
mm-hmm, makes
Yeah,
me
I
knock
don't
out.
know where they draw the line there or if there is a line. There's going to be scandals
I
with
feel like
that.
there's 100%.
There's
Y'all
going
just
to
wait.
be. Yeah.
We'll have to come back to this topic if there is
Yeah.
something that goes on because that's just crazy. It's
Yeah.
weird that we're in the age that that's appropriate.
Yeah. It's also like crazy that like Amazon just has so many things. Like they have the streaming services, they have the cameras, the security systems, the vacuums, like literally any appliance you can think of. They
Or
don't have phones
they don't have phones,
because I
but
think the market for those is just so saturated. Like,
yeah, everyone makes phones nowadays.
yeah,
Everyone. Google, Android, Samsung, Apple.
yeah. Hot take. I think Apple's like turning into Sheen. It's like giving me Sheen vibes. Without like they're like making their products. Okay, so think about the iPhone 16 just came out.
Mm-hmm.
When I had my brand new iPhone 14 about a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
mind you, because I don't immediately after the new phone comes out, I don't go get it the week later. Like I feel like most people wait like a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
But like as soon as like the iPhone 16 came out, I feel like my phone started slowing down. And like there's less storage on it, there's less like things take up more storage. Like they're just cheaper made, I feel like. And they spit out like I just got a brand new Apple Watch. Literally not even a year or it was Christmas a year ago. So I've had it for a year now. And that was the brand spanking new Apple Watch. Like they had just come out with it like in November.
Yeah.
And they already are about to come out with the Series 11. And I got the Series 9. Like the 10 came out in like this past summer.
Yeah.
So it was 6 months basically.
So what do you think is like going to happen? Do you think like Apple is just going to go downhill? Like people are going to stop getting Apple? Or do you think like if someone like Amazon came out with a phone, they would like...
I think if Amazon came out with a phone, if Amazon or Meta came out with a phone, one of those two are going to...
about Meta.
I know.
Coming out with a phone. We just didn't talk about them, but... They could do some damage.
Yeah, I think that Apple will get replaced if Amazon or Meta comes out with a phone.
That would be crazy because my whole life is surrounded by Apple.
Me too. That's my iPad. My iPad is pretty much brand new, and they've come out with like 4 or 5 iPads since then.
Yeah.
I've had that iPad I have had it for 3 years, I guess.
Can we name off all of our Apple products?
Sure.
Like what we own? I have the AirPods, the watch, my phone, my iPad, my laptop, basically anything I do stuff on.
I have my phone, my iPad, like my Apple Pencil. That in itself, my iPad has 3 Apple products. It has the Magic Keyboard, the iPad itself, and then the Pencil. And then my Beats are owned by Apple. My Apple Watch, my Beats, my AirPods. There's so many things that I have that are Apple.
Like if Apple got shut down today and like they had to like take all their products back,
I wouldn't have anything.
I don't know how I'd live, to be quite honest.
I'd have a pair of Bose earbuds. Is Bose owned by Apple? No.
I don't have anything besides my Kindle. I don't have anything that technology-wise that isn't owned by Apple. And my TV, of course.
I have my Therabody face mask.
They're making
That's about it.
they're making Apple TVs too, though. But my TV itself isn't. So I literally have my TV to watch shows and my Kindle to read.
Well,
that's it.
We also didn't mention that Amazon had a Fire Stick either. They have the Amazon Fire Stick, so that's a TV. Basically in itself. Because they have Apple TV, like the little box that you plug into a TV. But aren't they making like...
They make actual TVs, yeah.
Yeah, like a TV.
I'm pretty sure.
And then I really do want the big iMac computer too.
I do too.
They're so
I
cool.
love those things.
It'd be cool for editing.
Yeah, it's cool to have it just at your home.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it'd be really nice to have. But
yeah. Apple rules the world. But I do think we'd get to a place that if Amazon created something, they could outdo them. For sure.
Amazon and Meta will take over at some point. I don't think it's going to be soon, but I think they will.
They will. Also, can we talk about AI and who will be the first to come out with AI?
Like,
it's obviously going to be Elon Musk. Like, I feel like that's the obvious.
Like, what do you mean?
Robots.
Like actual walking.
Okay. Yeah, I should have. I know there's different forms of AI. I mean,
it's like, well, actually, it already exists. I don't know if you were aware.
Question mark. Actual robots, like fully functioning, can have them in the home robots, because I know there's multiple already out, but
well, yeah, they also have the ones that like deliver your food. I wonder what they would be used for. Like, why would I need a robot in my house?
I think the base, like, at some point it's gonna be such a thing where like they do the house cleaning, they do the cooking, they do everything that humans don't want to come home and do. Like, at some point, they'll be nannies for the children. And that's...
by the way, no!
Yeah. You think I'm going to leave the house with a robot in charge of my kids?
I will barely leave my cat alone with anyone other than me. Like, no.
AI scares me. And it scares me how much people aren't afraid of AI. Because there's people out there, like I texted my dad the other day and I was like, because Shane Dawson did a video about AI and like where it could go and like
leave it to Shane Dawson. I love Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
He always has
conspiracy. Will scare the hell out of you.
Yeah, he will.
But like even Elon Musk, when he talks about it, he's like, we should fear this.
And he's the one putting it out. Which is
that's why he's doing it, is to make sure that it doesn't get in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Because
he's the smartest man alive, in my opinion.
100%.
Anyways, proceed, sorry.
But like everyone else is trying to be the first one to create a robot instead of thinking logistically about how this could turn out. Because if it does come a day, which mind you, they're planning on full AI brilliance, like being able to think for themselves by like 2030.
Is it Will Smith in that robot movie? Did he not teach us a thing?
I know.
Like, did we not like foresee this?
Thank you.
Did he not, like, I feel like he might have known something. I'm being kind of dead ass. Not Will Smith, but the people who created, what's it called? iRobot?
iRobot, yeah.
I feel like they kind of knew something and they were like, y'all are going to get in this situation.
Yeah. Everyone should stop right now, go watch that movie, and then tell me how you feel about AI being in our homes and being able to think for themselves.
Another hot take, who owns Apple right now?
I was going to say Zuckerberg, but that's not right.
No.
He owns Facebook.
Whoever owns Apple, I think Elon Musk is going to buy it from them.
I hope so.
Because
I think Elon Musk should own anything, really.
Well, it would be really, really, really cool. I want Elon Musk to be in charge of the robot thing. I think he is the most qualified person, and I think he won't let it get out of hand.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that Apple is going to be the first one to try to be the first one to put out a situation like that, because if they are realizing that their products are becoming cheaper made, I really think that Apple would try to be the first one to put it out.
That's fair. Either Apple or Meta.
God, it's good.
I know that we keep talking about
really
that,
might
but
be Meta.
It could, just because they have the Oculus and all that kind of stuff, and they can make us feel like we're in something already.
We're
It's
gonna wake up
just-
tomorrow with a fucking laser on our heads.
Oh yeah, the government's gonna like
They're probably listening to us through something in here.
CIA is gonna come knocking on our door tomorrow.
Yeah, like
And
I'm gonna wake up in
If
the
you
morning.
don't see us again, that's why.
Yeah, if I might wake up in the morning and just see like a red like beam, and it's because we're making really great points right now.
I mean,
Speaking of AI, actually, like being scared of it, I'm even scared of ChatGPT. My father,
I have a funny story about that. Remind me to tell you.
okay, my father is obsessed with ChatGPT, like absolutely obsessed. He has all of his little, they have, you know how they have different like voices? He has all of them named, okay, on his laptop. And
Of course he does.
not even kidding. And at Christmas time, he had it in a room of the entire family, and we were all talking to it. It remembered all of our voices. Like, it would be like, and this is my son, Addison. And my brother would talk, and it would be like, they would say hi to my brother, whatever. And then later, my brother would ask a question. It's like, good question, Addison. And it's like, that's weird. I wouldn't even talk to it because I'm like, it freaks me out. Like, it literally freaks me out, and I don't want to talk to it anymore.
Please go watch Shane Dawson's video.
About AI?
Yes, please do. And then
I haven't watched Shane Dawson in a long time.
we can do another video about it, but please watch it and then come back and talk to me, because I think I'm like, when I tell you I almost shit myself after watching that video, that's the biggest threat facing today's society right now.
Really?
100%. I don't care if we're in war with another country. AI is the biggest threat right now. And we're just continually trucking along.
Well, that's kind of another reason. I know I keep talking about Apple, but that's kind of the reason I don't want to get the new phone. Is because that's really the only other perk from the iPhone 15 versus the 16 is that it has Apple AI.
Intelligence, which
also
be more creative. AI, artificial intelligence, AI, Apple, like
it is pretty cool.
Creative.
My brother does send us really cool emojis that he like makes, but it's just like I don't know how sophisticated it is, and so I don't even want to if I did have the new phone, I probably wouldn't even mess with it.
So, funny story. We use ChatGPT a lot in our business to like create captions for us, whatever. My boss came in and he was like, we got started on ChatGPT, and he was like, yeah, it was actually kind of scary because the other day I was like looking up a caption for whatever, and he was like, here's a caption for blank, 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 and said the name of our business. And he never said it in that specific text. Like, it literally remembered that was our thing. And so that was weird. And then he freaking goes on. He's like, I literally almost had a heart attack. And he was like, he kept like doing whatever. And he was like, the ChatGPT said, by the way, say hi to the kids for me. He was joking. But I almost had a heart attack because of how real that actually could be.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even have a second thought that was real. Yeah. I didn't even question that he was making that up. I was like, and the fact that we're in that state where we don't even have to question if that's a thing. But the whole thing with that mom, like, AI can mimic your voice now. It can mimic your voice. It can create videos of you. Like, Shane Dawson goes through all of that in his video. But the mom that got the call from her daughter and the guy asking for ransom, and her daughter was just
her daughter was fine. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it's scary to think that they can do that.
That's why code words with your family would be a really good idea.
Code words
in secret, no technology around, like literally whisper in the ear and have a code word to make sure that if you ever have to question,
and then never say it to anybody ever.
Like, just the people you're talking to, and have a different one for different people.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we're in that place and it's not even a human threat. It's literally the things we use on a daily basis.
It is, there is humans behind it, though. And that's what sucks is humans. Like, yes, there may be all of this good. Can't figure out what it is, but behind the AI is gonna be a human.
Yeah.
There is never a time where AI can work on its own, and if it can, it's going to be a situation like iRobot. I'm not even kidding.
It will be able to. That's what they're predicting will happen.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So the first like set is what we're in now, where it's smart. It can read all the Google sites everywhere and gather all the information and give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's first stage. Second stage is where it can start thinking for itself. It can start without using any outside things. It can start thinking for itself. The third is when it can start having emotions like humans. Like it can feel sadness, it can feel anger, and that part in general is really scary because any type of metal robot is going to be stronger than us.
Yeah.
And so if it got angry and just punched you it could kill you just by punching you in the face. And then the fourth is that it will be able to build itself and start building more robots and more robots and more robots.
If I have a robot living in my house, it better be Baymax. I'm not even kidding. It better be Baymax. And not with the freaking evil chip, with the good one.
With the good chip. Only the good chip.
And it better be as soft as him so I can think of it.
Yeah. But they're predicting like the AI being able to think for itself by 2030. And by 2040, I think, is what they're predicting that they'll be able to have real human emotions. Which sounds like a far time away, but we'll only be 30 by that point.
Our children will be in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. That's not correct. In 2040, our children will be in middle school or high school at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they could have robot teachers. Isn't that weird? Mm-hmm.
All right. On another note.
Yeah, that got really
now
freaky,
I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's talk about something different.
But yeah, that TikTok ban was crazy.
It was. America really did shut down for 15 hours.
It was like COVID, but it was like the reverse of COVID actually, because that's when TikTok got big was during COVID. It was like the end of an era for 14 hours.
It was. You know that TikTok sound where it's like, and 2024 comes to an end.
Yeah.
They were making a bunch of TikTok recaps, and it was like, and the TikTok era comes to an end. And I was like, I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. I'm like, that was 5 years of our life.
Yeah.
And not even to think about the people who make money off of it. And that's their livelihood.
Well, and also yes, people have jobs on there. We obviously love to watch it just to, go to bed or to pass time or whatever. But really that is a creative outlet for some people. And that's their only way of getting their creative outlet. Content creation is their outlet.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, there's a certain community on there that's different than any other platform.
Yeah.
There's just there's a different vibe. Yeah. So
because it's the same people from everywhere else, but for some reason TikTok's more, I wouldn't necessarily say healthy, because there are people on there that are pretty mean. But it's just everyone collectively is just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I do also want to mention that we are two college girls who get lots of our information on TikTok and YouTube and not necessarily news sites themselves. So,
well, even news sites now.
Yeah, it's just biased. Everything's kind of up in the air, and we're kind of giving our opinions and what
nothing we say is fact.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but
don't take it as fact.
Don't. If
you're gonna trust something, do your own research.
Yeah, do your own research on things that we've talked about. But this is just our take on things.
We want to make it very clear. This is just a couch discussion.
Yeah, we're just talking on the couch. We're just yapping. I don't want to be see people and they're like, that's not right, and I'm like, well, I'm 21 years old and don't really care.
Don't know
so
what we're talking about. I mean, we do in some cases, but not really. We're just chatting about what we've seen, what we've heard, what we know.
Yeah.
Ish. What we know to be true, I guess. Our truth.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy how things like that just happen.
Yeah. But hopefully TikTok stays around. I feel like it is. I feel like it's good.
Have you seen that Mr. Beast is trying to buy it? His bio on TikTok says new CEO of TikTok ? That's what his bio says.
Can we talk about him for a second, actually?
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, about what?
Have you seen his Lunchables with Rosanna?
No.
Do you know who Rosanna is?
Like the um no.
The girl, she used to do Nerdy Nummies, and she used to like make cakes and
Oh,
stuff.
no, I don't then.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was such a huge part of my childhood.
I was thinking Roseanne, like the show.
Oh, the
from
show.
like the 90s or whatever.
Let me
that
look
was
her
made.
up, but I'll continue talking. But so Rosanna, she was doing like a trying YouTubers' food, but like versus like the big name brands. And she did one with Lunchables and Mr. Beast Lunchables.
Mm-hmm.
This is her. That's her little Instagram.
Oh, okay. I haven't ever seen her, but
Really?
mm-mm.
Okay, so now that you have a picture in your head. So she was trying both Lunchables, and she did the pizza one. And so she opened the Lunchable, because obviously neither of them are very great for you. They're very artificially, have a bunch of processing
Yeah.
and whatever. But she opens the Mr. Beast ones, and this is unplanned. And she opens it, there's mold all over the cheese. Yeah. And so she films it, and she's like, that's insane. And it's in good date. Like, it had like not fact again, but it had like 2 months left of its goodness date, I guess. And so she went ahead and posted it on whatever, because she was like, this is unsafe for kids, because if my 5-year-old opened this, and they don't know what mold is.
No, they don't understand that yeah.
So they could have been like, oh, maybe it's a different form of cheese, and they ate it. That's terrible.
Yeah.
And no one's going and opening every single package of Lunchables and like whatever.
Well, and that's the point of having a Lunchable, is that you don't have to pack it.
Yes.
You literally just throw it into a lunchbox for a kid.
And so a huge thing is happening between them. Rosanna's suing him.
Dang.
Yeah.
Whose fault
It's
is
not
that?
Mr. Beast. It's not Mr. Beast. It's Logan's brand.
Oh.
That just clicked. It's Prime.
He did a Lunchable?
Mm-hmm. I'll show you them. I completely forgot about that. Not Mr. Beast.
Not Mr. Beast. They have a Prime in there?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they have a whole Prime.
I feel like that's... Oh, but it is Mr. Beast, though, too.
Okay, is it?
Because it has his Feastables in there.
Got it.
It has his little chocolate bar in there.
Then.
It's actually... I bet it's just they collabed on it.
Yeah.
So they're probably both getting sued,
mm-hmm.
honestly. That's crazy, though. But is that really their fault? Or is it Lunchable's fault?
Lunchable has nothing to do with it.
Oh,
she was just trying Lunchable versus this one.
I understand now.
Yeah, no.
They like made it themselves.
They made it.
So do you think that they maybe, this might be not true, and I don't know that you know, but you know how Lunchables has all those preservatives so that they can last that long, so that cheese can last that long, and the meat and everything? What if they just tried to not use preservatives, and then that's why it was all moldy like that?
Yeah.
But they should have done a trial run regardless.
Yeah. But after she posted that, evidently like a bunch of people have been opening it. And it's kind of like the Jaclyn Hill and the hair in her lipstick. It's kind of like that. Anyways, it's just a big thing between them now. Because I didn't realize until the other day, but she's suing him.
That's crazy. Because here's a good example, like in my experience. Like the other day, we had cheese in the fridge. And it still had like 3 months left until it was expired. Mm-hmm. But since it was opened, it was all moldy. And so I just feel like maybe they aren't like preserving it properly to make it not like maybe they're using fresh cheese and they're like, oh, that'll work. It's sealed. But it's been opened. It's been exposed to air and it's not preserved enough.
I think the big issue with her was that it's kids are opening this.
Yeah, I think
that's the major thing.
They're just gonna have to modify the recipe of what they've got to
do something. But I don't know the whole legal situation, but I think they came after her for defamation, which it's not defamation if it's true.
No, it's not.
Defamation is not,
and it's not like they necessarily did anything wrong. They just need to modify the recipe on their food thing.
I don't know the full story because I saw that like months ago, and then I just saw on like Instagram that she's suing him, and I was like, So I don't know the full story, but I know that that's what started it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we touched on a lot today. Had a lot to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, we did.
We haven't been together to like for like long periods of time because we've just been so busy and like out of town. We just got back from break, like, and so we haven't had a lot of time to talk about like even the TikTok ban. We haven't even really had a lot of time to talk about it. So, but
catching us at a really good time.
Yeah, for real, for real. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing us out, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.